What is up, and welcome back to the Panthera 600cc two-stroke series. This is a 2021 CRF 450 chassis. This is Monty's old dirt bike with the behemoth Panthera PM09 600 two-stroke engine stuffed inside it. In the last episode, I finally got this thing assembled and rode around the block for the first time. And in today's video, I will be taking this bike on dirt for the first time in preparation to convert it to a snow bike for winter. There are a couple items left to tackle before this bike is ready to see dirt, but I have a plan of attack. Let's do it. So the biggest task on the list was making a reliable air intake system that isn't going to suck dirt straight into the throttle body. Reminder, this Panthera kit completely removes the CRF airbox. This secondary airbox piece comes with a kit, but sourcing a filter that works was my job. Shout out to Logan at Summit Motorsports who helped me find the Suzuki air filter meant for some sort of four-wheeler that I think I can modify to work. A couple gentlemen at Napa helped me find large hose clamps to secure the modified air filter. I did some test alignments and then pretty much just started cutting this thing to do what I needed it to. I didn't realize at first this is a dual layer air filter with two completely separate components, which certainly gives me a little more peace of mind. I temporarily tightened the clamp on the modified filter to start playing with the angle, as the second airbox piece needs to be attached to the first piece, but the specific angle was up to me. On top of that, this air filter had a small hole in the top intended for a traditional screw and cage design. Well, this hole is direct access for dirt into the engine. A washer obviously wouldn't work here, but what resembles a washer without a hole. I added 25 cents worth of value to this filter by supergluing a quarter into it and preventing dirt from getting through that hole. After a little more modification of the filter, it was time to attach the two airbox pieces. Panthera recommended Crazy Glue, which I've never used, and I had no luck getting it to adhere properly. I then tried normal superglue, which still didn't work great, and finally ended up on JB Plastic Weld, which seemed to get the job done. This is a little nerve-wracking, as these two pieces separating would be pretty catastrophic if it happened while riding and went unnoticed, and there is zero additional support beyond them being attached at this point. While I allowed the JB Plastic Weld to cure, I began to tackle other remaining tasks. For one, these IMS Rally pegs have the wrong springs. I used the springs that were on Monty's aftermarket pegs when I bought this bike from him, which allowed a lot of slop in the pegs. I realized I needed OEM springs, which I bought on Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and those solved my problem pretty painlessly. And onto the throttle cables, which I noted in the last episode would be a problem. The cables are too short and bind when the bars are turned too far in either direction. A few of you commented that Motion Pro can make me some custom cables, which I intend to do, but for now I have a solution that will get me through a day of riding. I am simply moving the throttle in on the handlebars. Obviously, this will feel a little funky, like I'm riding with narrow bars, but it'll be fine. I had some open-ended grips lying around that I swapped these out for, and with the bars turned left, it fixed the problem. With the bars turned right, it still pinches a bit, which is not a length issue, but I will have to be careful not to allow the throttle to stick on the first ride. I moved the left grip in to match, and this is still sketchy, but just functional enough to run it. By now, my airbox had cured, and I added Gorilla Tape to it as an extra precaution. I mounted it up, and just like everything else on this bike, it's a tight squeeze, but I think it'll do. So daylight savings is really messing with me because it gets dark at 5 p.m. But I just ripped this thing around the block one more time with a headlamp on. And holy cow! It is leaking oil out of the crankcase breather, which is a little concerning. We've got something funky going on right here on the cylinder as well. But I don't know if either of these things are actually worrisome or problematic, and I think it's still time to test this thing on dirt tomorrow. No, I could tell just from riding down the block how stiff these snow bike forks are gonna be. But Monty bought a brand new bike yesterday, which we'll see tomorrow. So being the wonderful friend he is, he told me that I could rob his forks off this 2023 CRF 250 for tomorrow's ride. So I'm gonna watch some World Supercross here and get these forks swapped for tomorrow's ride. Thanks, Monty. Let's do it. Now, prior to robbing the forks for Monty's bike, I noticed not one, but both of them are leaking, and I asked myself, are leaky dirt bike forks better than non-leaky snow bike forks? And the answer was yes. These snow bike forks are insanely stiff. But the first thing I try anytime a fork is leaking is a seal saver before I go through the trouble of seal replacement. Oftentimes, a couple small specks of dirt make their way under the seal, causing the leak, and that dirt can be pulled out with a seal saver, fixing the leaky fork seal. I usually do this with the forks on the bike, but pretty much the process is thoroughly clean the forks, carefully pop the dust seal with a screwdriver, clean some more, insert and rotate the seal saver, and then compress the forks a handful of times. If this fixes the issue, you will no longer see fork oil on the tube after a couple iterations of this process. I swapped these worn out front brake pads for a new set from Tusk while I had the wheel off, and boom, Monty's forks were donated to the Panthera for the weekend. All right, 9 p.m. Saturday, got this thing together just in time for a Sunday rip. Gonna take this behemoth two-stroke trail riding, which I think might actually be a lot of fun just from ripping it up and down the block. This thing has such a strong bottom end that it might just be a super luggable, fun machine. Keep it in the low RPMs and rip. We'll see how it goes. I got this makeshift air filter solution. I'm a little concerned at how much dirt the tire might throw at it, as there is no sort of mud flap or airbox protecting that air filter from the elements. I think these forks from Monty's 2023 CRF 250 are gonna make this a much more pleasant experience, so big thanks to Monty for letting me rob his forks off his bike. And I'm linking up with Monty tomorrow, where he'll be breaking in his brand new 2025 CRF 250R Works Edition that I have not yet seen in person. So there are still a few things on this bike that are a work in progress, but I'm not really sure there will ever come a day where I don't say that. Because as soon as I'm confident in this bike's ability and reliability on dirt, I'm doing the whole transformation to turn it into a snow bike, which is an entire project in itself. All this said, I'll see you guys tomorrow to rip some trails on a 600cc two-stroke dirt bike. What a crazy statement.
No way, dude. Are you freaking hyped? Oh my god. Dude, that thing is so fresh. We got parts from all your last 3 bikes here today.
Do you really?
We got your 21 450 with the Panthera in it. I got your forks on the Panthera, and you got your Freshie. We got Monty's new bike and Monty's old bike. Let's go.
My old bike extremely changed up.
Little different.
I don't remember my old bike having this on it.
Mo Money. Got your 21 CRF 450 in a much different form than you last saw it. And you're here with a Freshie. Everyone thought you were going Blue Crew.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised, but the internet might be. What do we got here today?
Yeah, going Blue Crew is tempting, but the boys over at Redline Motorsports in Butte shot me a text saying they had a Works Edition 250. And that's just something you can't really pass up. So got this bad boy from them a couple days ago and excited to get it going.
You've been talking about one of these bikes for literally like the last 2 years.
I mean, as soon as this thing got announced, I knew I wanted one, and yeah, Redline really hooked me up, so super pumped.
Stokes for you. Let's go rip them.
Hell yeah.
You gotta get a shot of that.
Oh, you figure it out now.
That's a new one, dude.
Holy cow, that clutch.
602 stroke, baby. Oh my god, I can't believe it actually exists. This has been years in the making. I've ridden this same trail on this same chassis with a different engine in it before. What an incredible bottom end, dude. Wow. I haven't opened this thing past like 8th throttle, and it just moves. I gotta be cautious of this pipe though. It's so big.
I think it was making enough purchase on me. Holy cow. Yeah, buddy.
I know the rear tire hits the pipe, which I think will kind of bend a little and resolve itself. But I'm a little worried about contact on the air filter. Oh, see, that pipe is so freaking big. You actually got to be so aware of this pipe. Which is not going to matter in snow in most scenarios, but certainly matters in the woods. This thing's crazy.
Oh my God.
How's it feel?
Might be the best purchase I've made, dude.
Dude.
It is so fun. I don't know if, maybe my old bike was just that tired, but this thing feels like it has like 15 more horsepower than that bike.
Hell yeah.
I bet that thing's freaking gnarly.
I mean, I just haven't gone past 8 throttle.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Proper braking.
Huh?
Proper braking.
Yeah.
Or you're scared, but we don't need to tell anybody. Uh-oh.
Yo. This thing rips. This is actually so much fun. I was pretty right. Pretty much just put this thing in second or third and she's good to go.
Dude, you're freaking ripping that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it's really easy to ride, honestly.
Nice.
It lugs like so low and then you just keep it there.
You're dripping a little bit out of one tube, but...
It's oil. It comes out of the crankcase breather and I don't know why.
Interesting.
Dude, this bike is really good.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm not pushing, but you're hauling ass.
Oh, look at that brand new Honda 250 Works Edition, baby. That ain't the trail, Monty. I love the fact that this is Monty's old bike. Makes it that much more exciting.
I don't know if I really want to turn it off until I can let it cool all the way down, or you think it's fine?
I don't know, don't ask me. You saw how Levi and I broke ours in. I think this is a reasonable break and ride. You're not revving this thing out.
No, I haven't even went half past throttle, I don't think. Is it hitting the out of that pipe?
It's hitting the pipe. I think I could probably bend that tab no problem when I get home to stick it out a little bit. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Bolt check. Are you guys all still there? If any of the bolts are missing, speak now.
Oh!
Oh, I'm not going to be able to keep up with Monty for long as he gets comfy on that thing. That boy's starting to disappear on that fresh Honda. All right, we got a little popper coming up here. This is going to test my air filter and clearance because I'm probably going to bottom out.
Yeah! You freaking boosted that! Woo! Oh! He ran out of suspension real quick right there.
You feel that?
I felt that from here.
Oh my God. Watch the pipe.
Wait for me, hey! I have little CCs.
Oh my God, let's go! Woo! Almost missed my break there.
Oh my God, this thing's dope. Dude, you're cruising.
I don't think I realize how fast I'm going because I'm at like 1,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
And then I keep coming into corners. I'm like, oh my god!
How fast? What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's some oil coming out of somewhere. I saw it last night, and I was like, ah. That's right, Eli. Yo, guys, as a whole, I am very impressed so far. This thing is good.
Dude, I need to go bake Josh and Matt at Redline a cake because this thing is, oh my god.
All right, successful first rip, quick bolt and bike check. This thing is a whole lot of fun. Kicker seal is blasting itself out of the case, which tells me there's a lot of pressure in there. The other indicator of that is how much oil is coming out of the crankcase breather. It's dripping down the swing arm and off the bike here. So I keep wondering if the recommended 1.4 liters is actually too much. Good news is, seems like all the bolts are still there, as this thing does not vibrate like the 500. It is damn smooth. Tusk Offroad, let's go. RockyMountainXCDMC.com. Tusk Moto Toolbox, coming in clutch. Where's my 8 mil?
I got it right here.
You do?
Yeah.
You got any tips on these, Monty?
They're base.
Struggle. Okay.
Yeah, they're so annoying.
I feel like the steel tab kind of needs to be the thing that bends. So theoretically,
That definitely been something.
maybe slight improvement, but should probably just properly bend this tab when I get home. She'll make it through the day. What do you think of this gal so far?
It is by far the best purchase I've ever made in my life.
What about Mackie boy?
I don't know if I even purchased Mac. I think they gave me money to take them.
Would you like some meat?
Sure.
Do you want my meat, Monty?
I'll take it back.
All right, we'll call that first trail shakedown ride a success. Couple little issues resolved. Now we're gonna go let these things eat. Break-in's complete, right, Monty?
I guess so.
So sick.
That's a Matt Dixon air filter right there. She'll go. All right, you want to ride this thing? So you mean I can ride the Honda?
Or actually, wait.
What's happening? No, don't, no! Now I can ride it?
Yep.
Thank you. Dude, that clutch is nice. Ooh, dude, it's so new. It'll feel just like home. That's just your old bike.
Oh my god.
It's a much different feeling. Wow. I wonder what he's gonna think of this. This bike is crispy and smooth, but you can certainly see the power difference between the 600 two-stroke and the 250 four-stroke. Watch the pipe, Monty, it's big.
No engine braking, remember that.
Taking Monty's brand new Works Edition moto bike on the rocks. I feel a high level of responsibility right now.
Jesus, brother! Is it down
I think this way.
I think this just goes to a dead end, but we can try it. Hey, Michaela. Yeah. What's up?
How are you?
Good.
Okay, I was like, was that Greta?
Thanks, this is a 600 two-stroke. Yeah. We just swapped right now. This thing's freaking terrifying. Dude, it fishtails so bad. I don't know if there's just no weight back here or something.
It's got a lot of power. You twist it, it just spins the wheel.
Yeah.
That's crazy that that's a thing.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's freaking gnarly.
I'm on a little 200. I'm like, this is just crazy. Is your thing recording?
Probably. I don't ever know when to stop it.
This is the one that loops right here. It might be a little tight.
If you're going over rocks, be careful, please.
I will.
Same with me. Because this is the one that we have to go under the fence, right? Remember when JD did that wild line?
This isn't that one.
Alright, I guess we'll find out.
Big ol' whoops.
Lots of pipe.
Okay, you're right, I lied. This wasn't the loop I thought it was.
But I don't think it's the loop I thought it
No,
was.
those two intersections look almost identical.
Yeah.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll be
It's good
careful.
on this.
Bottom end is really good.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm so confused on where we are.
All right, this is one of few trails that neither one of us really remember where we're going. And Monty wants to keep his Works Edition fresh, and I don't want to dent that pipe, so let's see what we get into. But we're having a ball. He's ripping the big two-stroke. We got Eli in tow on the WR250. Once again, shout out to the boys who help make these videos possible. Could not do it without them. Shout out to Monty for letting me try his brand new 250. Man, yeah, that 600 pulls on me for sure. Woo! Monty's just throwing clouds up on that thing. Oh man, this thing's just crispy, dude. The throttle response is so nice. It sounds so good as you roll it on through the mid-range.
Dude, that's sick.
You like it?
Yeah. It's terrifying,
You're
but
throwing
it's cool.
some freaking clouds.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Monty's let me try the 250 Works Edition. This thing rips. He's crushing it on that big 600 two-stroke, but for the first time today, I actually have no idea where we are. And that is where OnX Offroad comes in. Usually in this area, I know where we're at, but every now and then we get ourselves lost. The days are getting shorter, starts getting dark earlier, so I can always rely on and trust OnX Offroad to get me back to the vehicles to get home safe. The free version of OnX is incredible alone, but the elite version offers additional benefits. You can save 10% on an elite membership with OnX Offroad using the code KP10. Thanks to OnX Offroad for all the continued support.
Alright, gotta remember how to ride this thing now.
The 600 has as much power as that whole 250 at the first 2,000 RPMs of second gear. And obviously power isn't everything. That 250 is freaking awesome. But getting back on this, you're like, wow. Wow, what a behemoth of a motor. Woohoo! Might follow Eli for a bit.
Do it!
Dude, so much bottom end, it is crazy. Like just the off of an obstacle with such little thought. So many things it just lets you be so lazy with because you have such instant low end power. It's really a whole lot of fun. Whoop! Oh yeah! Eli letting that WR250 eat! Eli, do you want to try this? That freaking pipe is so wide. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, buddy, let the 600 sing.
This thing is ridiculous. I barely breathed on it though once. You might have seen it. And I was like, oh my God. What do you think of that? Tell me everything because
She be chooching.
She be chooching.
does it feel pretty gutless? I mean, you've been riding two.
Kinda.
You know, to me,
If I'm being honest.
that's what I want because
Hell yeah, buddy. Way to be.
thanks, brother.
Yes, sir. This thing just eats whoops for breakfast, dude. Heck yes, boys.
Hello, a break-in ride.
Congrats on the new whip.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Good ripping.
So guys, day one on the Panthera 600 is in the books, and overall I am incredibly impressed. A full day on dirt like that gives me a lot of confidence to convert this thing into a snow bike and see how it will perform this winter. This engine right here was one of the first PM09 engines that Panthera sent out, and that was back in March. For those of you who have followed this entire series, this project kind of got put on the back burner because I wanted to get this thing on snow last winter, but spring quickly rolled around, we started riding dirt bikes, so this motor's just been sitting. So in the 6 months that have passed, Panthera has made a couple updates and I've since talked to them about it. In the last video, I showed you guys how I shifted this motor to try to gain some clearance for that power valve in the Honda chassis. Panthera has made some small updates to the steel frame brackets that will improve the clearance of the motor. And along with that, there have been some new updates to the power valve, and the ECU has received new mapping that will make this bike perform even better in snow. So essentially, this bike is coming back apart, but most of that has to happen anyway to convert it into a snow bike. And this first ride, in my opinion, was a pretty critical step in making sure this thing is ready to go for snow. Once again, I think it's important to note the gargantuan task Panthera has set out to achieve by developing an entirely new motor that fits in multiple chassis and is designed for snow bike application. That is no easy task, and like you guys just saw from the first ride, this thing rips. I also want to give a quick shout out to the crew over at DecalWorks and mxplastics.com. They got me hooked up with this fresh white plastic kit. I've just been behind. I haven't even designed graphics for it yet, but this thing will be getting a graphics kit to tie it all together, and it's going to look so cool with that snow bike kit. And they made me this awesome white custom seat cover as well. I really think on snow, this bike's gonna look pretty incredible. Congrats once again to Monty on the brand new Works Edition Honda, and thanks to him for letting me rip that thing. Let me know what you guys think of the Works Edition Honda. And by the time you're seeing this video, I will be in Spain. We are heading to tour the Stark facility. I'm going to ride with the Stark crew, and then Nicole and I are going on a 10-day adventure bike tour through Spain. So very busy end of year, but all super exciting, and I can't wait to get back to the Panthera 600 project when I return. Thanks to both Will and Eli for helping shoot this video. They absolutely crushed it with their camera and drone skills, and I'll see you guys with the next one.